Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing the oil change for Nancy's car. Just follow along and you'll see me doing some of these things right now. I'm going to chalk up the back of the car. Now that we have it on the ramps, the last thing I need is a car to roll off of the ramps and smash my face. So first thing we got to do is remove this cover. Okay, what happened here? Are you crashing into stuff? Like running over things?
Oops. Maybe.
Gosh.
I don't mean to. How do you not get things in your eyes when you're doing this without?
Because I just make sure that things don't get in my eyes. So here.
I would probably get things in my eyes.
So the filter's right over here. So that's the oil filter that we're going to be replacing. And see how this one cleverly says engine oil, and there's a little arrow that goes right there?
Yes.
That's telling you that this is the drain plug.
Do not touch.
Okay, this is the one you want to drain your engine oil from.
Oh.
Do not confuse your engine with your transmission. Okay?
What is that?
The transmission is going to be over here on this side for this vehicle. Okay? The engine drain plugs are always going to look like well, not always, but most of the time they're going to look like a regular bolt, or yeah, like a regular bolt. Okay guys, so I'm going to start removing this. I'm going to grab the right socket. I believe this is going to be a, I don't know, 17. All right guys, so it is a 17 millimeter. You can use a wrench or a ratchet. Okay. There we go. Okay. So here's where you want to be a little careful. Make sure you have a drain pan. Or I'm sorry, an oil pan to catch this stuff. Okay. And it's going to shoot out. So make sure you got it positioned so it's going to catch whatever shoots out. Okay? And that it's going to drip straight down into here, so you'll be good. So starting with that. There it is. Okay? It was a good idea to have some shop towels. These are cheap. You're going to for like $1 or $2 at Home Depot. Fun fact, these are typically made from old, discarded, reusable diapers.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Interesting.
What kind of girls has poop on it?
I always wet my face with them.
Ew!
I let the drain plug just fall in there, which is, I mean, probably not the smartest thing to do, but I have a trick. So you don't have to get your hands super dirty. You just use this magnet. I buy these magnets for less than $1 at Harbor Freight. Let's see here. There it is. Nice and easy. Okay. Okay, so right now the oil's still draining from the drain pan. I'm gonna start to work on the oil filter itself. So these should only be hand tight. Some people though, they just really wrench them on, so it makes it really difficult. So here, I'm gonna see how tight this was. Okay, that sucker's on there. The worst thing about these is that they're not always in the most comfortable spot. All right guys, so what I got now is a set of pliers. These are adjustable and these are phenomenal. Look how wide these go. Bam. So with this, I'm just gonna grab this filter and twist it loose. Okay. Now I'm not gonna continue going right now because oil is gonna start spilling all over our face. So I'm gonna come over here and loosen it up. Okay. There we go. While that's draining, I'm gonna start putting on the drain plug back. Now here's the thing with the drain plug. You don't have to make it super tight. It just needs to be snug. Okay, you over tighten these things, you'll ruin the threads on the oil pan. It's an aluminum oil pan. It's very easy to ruin those threads. So you just gotta be gentle, guys and gals. So check it out. I'm going to snug it up. That's it. Okay? Nothing crazy. I'm not putting my body weight on it and stuff like that. It's just snug. It's not gonna go anywhere. Okay, so let's start getting this oil filter off. Now this is gonna be probably your messiest part because there's really no easy way of getting this filter off without getting oil on your hands. It may be hot. In this case, this filter is just a little warm. We did have this engine running just for a little bit while I was moving the car.
So maybe they should try to do it like in the morning before driving it, or in the evening after not driving it. So.
Yeah, or what you could do is just kind of move it into position, get it up on the ramps, and then just wait. Well, you know, give it some time for it to cool down. So what I'm doing right now is removing any oil that's around in the area, because if I leave it there, it's gonna start dripping all over the driveway or anywhere we park, and of course we don't want that. It's gonna look nasty and gross. Number two, I make sure that the old gasket, the seal from the oil filter, isn't stuck up there. Okay guys, so the filter's off and I cleaned up the area and the drain plug's back on. Okay, always make sure that the drain plug is on and it's snug, not super tight. Okay, you don't want to strip out those threads. So and I also ensure that the old gasket isn't stuck on the engine. Okay, this little rubber gasket that you see here, see that? So I verified that, because the last thing you want is to have that old gasket stuck there and this gasket to go against it. What happens is that the two seals, they slip against each other and then oil will spill out. And that's one easy way to destroy an engine, okay? So, one thing you could do is take a little bit of oil, new oil or a little bit of the old, and just run it around the seal. I had a little bit of a drop developing there, so that's what I used. Okay, nothing crazy, just a little bit. So as you're tightening it down, it slides a little easier. So here we go. Okay, let me wipe my finger down a little bit. And that's it, hand tight. Nothing crazy, okay? I could probably make it tighter, but again, this isn't gonna go anywhere. And we're good. So filter's on, no double gasket, all right? I verified that. And the drain plug is on and it's nice and snug, okay? Just to be on the safe side. I'm down here. That's nice and tight, okay? So we're good. So now I just gotta put the cover back on and put the oil in. All right. What I was doing, in case you didn't notice, I was making sure that these clips right here were locking in onto the aluminum pan, this little underpan. The thing that sucks about having oil change done at other places is that they don't take care of your fasteners. So this car is missing some of these little screws, unfortunately, because of places where I've taken the car before to get this oil changes done. Start that by hand. Make sure nothing's gonna get cross-threaded. Gentle with this. That's it. Okay, so that's on there nice and secure. We're good. I'll meet you guys up at the top and we'll finish up this oil change. So we're here at the top now, and we're gonna start finishing up this oil change. So I have my oil ready. Definitely use the correct oil vehicle should tell you. Most of them will say it on the oil cap. So on this one, we're using 0W20, okay, which is exactly what I purchased. Okay, just use the oil that is recommended. Okay, if your car requires full synthetic, use full synthetic. That is the one rule, though. If your car can run off of synthetic blend or just conventional oil, you can use that. If you want to run full synthetic on those, you can do that as well. And there's no rule that once you go synthetic, you can never go back. That's just not true. So this car, we're going to run full synthetic on it. It gets better protection and it lasts longer. Okay. So, of course, you're going to want a funnel. Now, this vehicle, I believe, takes about 3.5 quarts. I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do is just put 3 quarts of oil in, and then with the dipstick, check the oil level. Okay, so I just put in the 3 quarts of oil, so I'm going to use my dipstick and see how much oil there is. Come here, real close, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So your dipstick is going to have different ways of indicating. On this one, it has this little pattern on it. So the bottom is going to tell you when it's low, and the top of the pattern tells you when it's high. Generally, when you look up the oil specification, so like let's say your car says your car needs exactly 4 quarts of oil. When you fill it up and let it sit for a while, the level is going to be right in the middle. Okay, so it being in the middle doesn't mean it's low. It just means it's good. Having too much oil can be bad for your engine in some cases. One thing that is very important when you're checking your oil level after filling in the oil is you do have to turn on the engine for a couple seconds, okay? To get oil into the oil filter, okay? And then you can turn it off. And also make sure that you're on a level surface. So if you were doing your oil change on ramps, like I was doing with these little Rhino ramps, you want to get the car back off of that so you're on level ground and you can check your oil level and make sure it's good to go. So I've done both. Obviously just driving it down the ramps, that turned on the engine, got that filter filled with oil, and now I'm on level ground. So let's see where we're at with our oil. So the first reading doesn't count. You want to wipe it down. And here we go. So that is low on oil, so I'm gonna have to put some more oil in it. It's not registering. So I need to put more oil in it. Here we go. Perfect. To reset the maintenance, due soon light, it's actually pretty easy. And it's mainly gonna be done over here on the steering wheel with these buttons, okay? So first off, we're gonna press the menu button. Okay. Well, actually, we gotta get that little thing off. So I'm gonna hit this little I button. And that's gonna scroll through the different notifications. Okay. Once those notifications are gone, I can hit the menu button, and it's gonna give me this menu up on the dashboard. Okay. I'm gonna go up and click vehicle information. And then it's going to give me maintenance info. I'm going to click on that. Okay. And it gives me this information, right? Engine oil, tire rotation, spark plugs, all that good stuff. So I'm going to highlight engine oil. That's the one that's there centered. And it says to press and hold that center button to reset. Okay. Would you like to reset maintenance information? Yes or no? So I'm going to click down a yes. And I just press it. It has been reset. Now it's showing 100%. I hit the menu button to exit, and let me turn this on. Turn the key back on and see what we get. Perfect. So the oil one is gone. All I have left is this check tire pressure. I've already checked the tire pressure on the car and it's good. I think we have a bad sensor in one of the wheels, so we will have to take it to a tire shop to get that looked at. Unfortunately, I don't have the scanner to check this particular model. But there you go, guys. That's an oil change.